de las series más interesantes que ustedes pueden disfrutar en OnDirecTV es Liar, una historia de suspenso con un final impresionante. Y para hablar justamente sobre ella nos hemos conectado con el actor protagónico. Él es Ioan Gruffudd y aquí está con nosotros. Welcome to OnCINEMA. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
We are really thrilled to have you with us, not with us, but somehow connected through this digital area that we are living through, right?
It's rather extraordinary times that we're living in. Yes, I am here in Los Angeles. In my back garden, I found the only space where there was reasonable light and space and privacy to get away from the family. But yes, and remarkably, the whole thing is working, so I'm very excited.
You look very good, very comfortable at your house. So thank you so much for being here. I want to start by asking you to tell our audience, what is Liar about?
Well, Liar is, at its heart, a story about a he said, she said. It's a story about a couple that go out on a date, and the following morning after that initial date, Laura, the main character played by Joanne Froggatt, accuses my character, Andrew, of raping her. And of course, he denies this. So essentially, the entire season, the first season of Liar, is a story about what he thinks happened and what she says that happened.
And we know you play a very charismatic but awful man who is capable of anything. How attracted were you to this character when you first knew about him?
Well, this is what attracted me to the character. I've normally in my career played very earnest, very heroic characters. So this was a great opportunity to highlight other aspects to my acting abilities and a chance to play somebody who was on the surface the most charming person in the world, but underneath lies this monster, really.
And the first season was a huge success. We were talking about that before we started taping, and especially with social media. So how rewarding was this for you as an actor?
How what? Sorry, how rewarding?
Rewarding, yes.
Well, look, it's interesting, the process of acting and making a series like this. It all starts with a script, and the script was incredibly rewarding to read. It was terrific. Then it was an incredibly rewarding experience to shoot the show. And then, of course, you have to let the show go out into the universe and hope that people respond to it. And the response was incredible. It was a huge hit in the UK, where it aired first on ITV, and indeed across the globe. So that, of course, gives an immense amount of satisfaction, and it's a very thrilling experience to know that people have responded in the same way that I initially responded to the scripts when I first read them, yeah.
Of course. And we were talking about your character. It's very charming, as many real serial killers. So did you research about them to be able to, you know, to create Andrew, your character?
Yes, I had several phone conversations with a forensic psychologist who works with serial offenders and works with the victims of these guys that offend. So we tried to create a profile for Andrew's character based on what was in the script, and we tried to navigate between, you know, what might be reality and what is drama, and we sort of found this middle ground. So he is based on you know, an amalgamation of several characters, but in his essence, I think we've really touched on that profile of somebody who is sort of it's almost like a drug to him, what he does.
Well, it really worked, and I have just a few minutes to sum it up, and I want to ask you, because I've read many people watched the Liar, your series. What have you been watching these days that we have to stay home?
Well, I'm watching a lot of My Little Pony with my daughters.
Oh, that's sweet.
I am watching The Crown with my wife, which is terrific. I think it's tremendous television. And personally then, when I do have a moment to myself, I do like to watch comedy, because I don't know about you, but because of this unprecedented time, I can get
comedy is good. Great.
I can get quite depressed. So I do watch things like Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is a series that is on FX over here.
It is great.
And it's incredibly funny. So I try to keep things light as well as the dramatic, and keep the balance between us all as a family, because as I'm sure everybody's experiencing all over the world, it's a bit like cabin fever sometimes.
It is. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate having you with us today, and we're going to be watching the series.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here, and I really hope you enjoy it. I'm very proud of this series, and I hope you guys get to see both Series 1 and Series 2.